This fall, John Maier.
Okay. Of course, you've all heard by now that the Hollyhawks won their game this afternoon. You did hear all that. And you want to hear all the details. Yeah, I am hearing. You'd like to hear that. Yeah. But I have to postpone the details of the game. My role in this lineup, as usual, is to remind us that John was, besides being a novelist and a teacher of writing, but he was also a medieval scholar. And fortunately, I don't have to do much preparation for my very short reading of a couple passages from Grendel, since Brian and Zach already prepared us. We know what the mead hall looks like, and for goodness, I'm going to put you inside the mead hall. I'm going to first read a passage which is a translation from Beowulf, and then I'll give you the passage in Grendel that is based on this. Okay, read. The only thing you have to know about this is in the mead hall, the poet, who is a poet, singer, player, is known as a shop. In Grendel, he's called the shaper. So this is a short passage from Beowulf, a translation by Howell Chickering. Then the great monster in the outer darkness suffered fierce pain. For each new day he heard happy laughter loud in the hall, the thrum of the harp, melodious chant, clear song of the shop. He spoke, who could tell the beginning of men, knew of ancient origins, told how the Almighty had made the earth, this bright, shining plain which the waters surround. He, victory creative, set out the brightness of sun and moon as lamps for earth dwellers, adorned the green fields, the earth with branches, shoots, and green leaves. And life he created in each of the species which live and move. Thus the brave warriors lived in hall joys, blissfully prospering until a certain one began to do evil, an enemy from hell. That murderous spirit was named Grendel, huge moor stalker who held the wasteland, fens and marshes. Unblessed, unhappy, he dwelt for a time in the lair of the monsters after the Creator had outlawed and condemned them as kinsmen of Cain. For that murder, God the Eternal took vengeance when Cain killed Abel. No joy that kinslaughterer. The Lord drove him out, far from mankind, for that unclean killing. From him sprang every misbegotten thing, monsters and elves and the walking dead, and also those giants who fought against God time and again. He paid them back in full. That's the original translation. Here's what happens in Grendel when it's Grendel listening to the story. Listening to the shop. This is brief, but notice how he changes things. Then the harp began to play. The crowd grew still. The harp sighed. The old man sang, as sweet-voiced as a child. He told of how the earth was first built long ago. Said that the greatest of gods made the world, every wonder-bright plain and the turning seas, and set out as signs of his victory the sun and the moon, great lamps for light to land dwellers, kingdom torches, and adorned the fields with all colors and shapes, made limbs and leaves, and gave life to every creature that moves on earth. The harp turned solemn. He told of an ancient feud between two brothers, which split all the world between darkness and light. And I, Grendel, with the dark side, said in effect, the terrible race God cursed. I believed him. Such was the power of the shaper's harp. Now I'm going to read one other brief. This one piece, and this requires a little bit of audience participation.